If you've been following my channel for a while, you might have noticed I've gotten significantly better at calling out the specs of products that I'm reviewing. No, my memory did not suddenly improve dramatically, or at all really. I've been using the T2 teleprompter from Desview, and honestly it's making these videos much faster and easier, and I'm using it right now. So, let's get into it. What's up, I'm Scott and welcome to the channel. Today we've got a quick little review for you, but we do all sorts of unboxing reviews and tutorials, so if you like today's video, please do consider subscribing and hit that little bell icon to get notifications. So this is the T2. It's a small, lightweight teleprompter that can be used with smartphones or regular cameras, and I'll be honest here, I've never recorded a single proper video with my phone, so I will be focusing on the camera use side of things today. And if you want to see more about the smartphone applications, there should definitely be some other videos from people with a lot more experience there. But it does come with all of the necessary hardware that you would need to get that up and running. Well, there are some screw threads on the bottom of this where you could put it onto a light stand independent of your camera. There's no cloth or shade built in to pull over your lens and avoid glare or reflections on the inside of the glass, so I've just gone ahead and attached it straight to the filter threads of my lens. I wasn't sure how I'd feel about it at first, but it's been working great actually, and it's so light at just 380 grams that I don't feel like there's too much stress on the lens either. It does kind of spin freely though, so of course it can feel weird reading if it's off level, so just make sure before you start recording you get it all set. Now there are a bunch of lens thread adapters from 49mm to 77mm, so you can screw that onto your lens and then just slide this on over it. I would absolutely love a design that just kind of pushed on and clicked into place instead of sliding on, just to avoid any additional stress that you're putting on the lens or the mount, but if you're careful, it's really no problem at all. Also, the 49mm thread adapter originally had some foam rings on it. I'm not sure if that will be actually true on the production models or not. It looked like those could maybe slide on over smaller lenses instead of actually screwing on, but I ripped those foam rings off, and after cleaning off the glue residue, I could use that 49mm adapter no problem. It's what I'm using right now. Now the clamp on the front side of the teleprompter can also be flipped, and it will accommodate either a phone or a tablet if you flip it. I've been using it with a phone, and I feel like the size is just right, so you can look straight into your lens and read without it being overly obvious. And I think my eyes would move around too much using an iPad at this distance, but at further distances, you do have the option for that, and I think it would work better like that. I would love if switching that clamp back and forth was toolless, but beggars can't be choosers, right? Like I said though, with this size I can clearly see from about 6 or 7 feet away, and my eyes don't move around too much either. I mean, I've been reading this whole time, and I don't think it's very noticeable. I guess. I hope. Anyway, I've used teleprompters with larger screens and larger sizes overall, and they definitely do have their time and place, usually on larger sets with more distance to the camera, but I think that this T2 is just right for situations like this. It's a YouTuber's dream, basically. The last thing to mention here is that it doesn't seem to hurt the image in any significant way either. I saw maybe a third stop in light loss and no noticeable color cast, which is nice. The app works well too, so let's just take about 30 seconds or so to take a quick dive into that and see how it works, as well as the remote that this does come with. So this is the app here, it's the Bestview app, and I believe this also comes for Android, but this is obviously an iPhone. And this is the remote that it comes with here. This is a Bluetooth remote, and you can use this to control the app, and we'll talk about that in a second, but let's just look at the app quickly first. So when you open it up, it takes a couple seconds to actually get to the main screen here, and you can see that I've loaded in a few scripts already. So if you were to add a new script, you just click, of course, add at the bottom here, and you can edit the title and then the content. You could copy and paste content into here. I often write my scripts in the Notes app, and then I just copy and paste it right into here. But we're gonna go back for now. If you want to edit one of these scripts, you can just click on this little mark here and edit or delete that. If you want to jump into it, you can just click and it will, of course, jump in. This is already kind of formatted, so you can see here there the little menu type looking icon on the bottom here. Click that and you get the options for making your text bigger and smaller or snapping it back to default. You could also adjust your speed here. You can do that with the remote as well, and I find that that's easier because you can adjust it while you're actually looking at it or using it to find what works best for your speaking speed and for the actual content. You can also change the background color for something that maybe looks a little bit easier. I typically keep it on black and white. And then you also have mirror mode. So you can see here the text is of course reversed. or not reversed. So you need it to pretty much be reversed if you're going to look at it in the mirror on the teleprompter. But if you're looking at it directly, you can still use this just as a straight script reader, whatever you would want to call it at that point. But you're not going to be looking at the lens. So typically, if you're looking at it through the prompter, you'd want to use this mirror mode, and then it's going to be reflected back to you in that teleprompter in a way that you can read it. And that's pretty much it. So now looking at this remote here, it's kind of like a game remote. You've got this OK button on the back here, and then you've got a little joystick, you've got power button, you've got a little menu button. I'm not going to look at this in extreme detail. I'm just going to talk about how I've used it. Hold the power button down for a few seconds, and it will turn on, and then it will blink. And if you've already connected it to your device, then it should reconnect automatically. I've already connected it, so let's see here. Yes, it does just automatically control my app. So once you've connected it the first time, the same as you connect any Bluetooth device to your phone, it'll automatically connect after that, which is really, really nice. So as you can see, pushing this OK button on the tip will start and stop the script. It'll play and pause. If you use the buttons here, the X and B is what it's actually labeled as, up and down basically, you can kind of jump up and down within your script a little bit quicker. So if you want to go back, if you pause it and go back to redo something, those buttons are very, very useful. While you're playing it, the A and Y button, left and right, basically if you're holding it like this, will slow it down to basically stop at that point, or speed it up. So this is how you can kind of adjust the speed as you're reading it, as you're looking at it in the teleprompter. Again, for whatever is appropriate for your reading speed and for the actual script and content. But yeah, up and down. Let's see if we pause it again. Up and down will jump up and down in the actual script. So if you need to redo something, play pause with that front button, and then you can adjust the speed with left and right, or what are labeled as, A and Y. The labels don't really matter. This is just a Bluetooth remote, but it's very easy to use and very convenient to have. So you can actually control this while you're sitting in front of the camera. You don't have to get up every time to actually touch this. So that's all there is to it. Anyway, despite its compact size, it doesn't really get much smaller for packing away or transporting. For me, it will be living in the studio pretty much, so size is not much of a big deal, but basically keeps the box. It'll be the best way to store it and transport it safely. And there is a plastic cover that you can snap on to protect the glass when you put it in there. So if you're a YouTuber, I honestly think that this is a must-have. It does take a little practice so that way you're familiar enough with your script so you can follow along naturally and not sound like a robot, but it will let you bring your videos to a new level and just get things done faster. You can't put a price on the time something like this will save you, but at just over $100, I think it's a very good value and a good investment into your channel if, again, you're a YouTuber. Anyway, that's about it. And if you have any questions or comments, leave that down below and I'll do my best to get back to you. Otherwise, if you liked this video or found it helpful, please do like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, thank you for watching.